Student. So this is our video on visibility control in Java. They are also called access modifiers, and this video is useful for ICSE classes 9 and 10 as well as for ISC classes 11 and 12. So let's begin. Now, variables and methods of a class are visible normally everywhere in the program. However, sometimes it is necessary that in some situations we need to restrict their access to the certain variable and methods from outside the class. So at times it is needed that we need to restrict their access. So we can achieve this in Java by applying visibility or access modifiers for those instance variable and methods. So by applying these access modifiers, we can restrict their access or we can allow them. So basically the types of modifiers or accessibility control also we can say are basically public or friendly, which is by default, then protected, private, and then private protected. So in the next slide we are going to see each of them. Now, public access. Any variable or a method declared as public has the widest possible visibility and accessibility everywhere. As its name suggests, it is publicly available. So once any method or variable is declared a public, will have the widest scope or accessibility. It can be used anywhere in the program. Now, friendly. This is by default. When no access modifier is been specified, the members are treated as default and their accessibility is taken as friendly. Even if we don't mention, it is treated as friendly or default access. Now, the next is protected access. The visibility level of a protected field lies between public and friendly access. So it is less than a public but more than friendly. So it lies between them. Now, the next is private. As its name suggests, this field has the highest level of protection or it is very much restricted and they are only accessible within the class where they have been declared. So in the next slide, we'll see the chart. We'll come to know all about this. So private has the least access or the very restricted access, whereas public has the most widest access. And there is one more, private protected. This gives a visibility level between the protected and the private. And its name suggests it is between the private and the protected. So in the next slide, we have this table. We'll try to know with the help of this table. So in here I have mentioned the location can be within a class or can be any subclass. We know using inheritance we form subclasses and these all the classes remain in the package and there can be different packages. So the hierarchy is on the top we have package and there are many packages and each package contain many classes and one class can inherit to another class also, so that is called as a subclass. So within the same class or can be a subclass but within the same package where this class belongs or can be any other class but in the same package and this is subclass as well as from other package and this is non subclass and from other package. So these are actually the areas or location where we'll see how these access modifier works. And these are access modifier like public, protected, friendly or default, private protected and then private. So this table is very useful. So with the help of this we'll see if any member is treated as a public or declared as a public, so it will be accessible within that class. That member will be accessible within that class where it has been declared as well as to its subclass within the same package if there is any subclass of this particular class or to any other class of the same package to which this class belong or to a subclass in the other package also as well as to any non-subclass. It's not a subclass and not even belonging to the same package. It is still accessible. So as you can see, public has the widest access. You can see in journal it can access anywhere in the program, on the package, or to any other package. Now coming to protected, look at this. Protected has a restricted access. So protected members can be accessed within that class where they have been declared same class, and to any other subclass of the same package, and to any other class in the same package when it is not a subclass also, and then to a subclass in the other package. So make sure that protected member are accessible in general, we can say, to that package where they have been declared to all the classes, as well as to other package, but in the other package the class should be a subclass. But where it cannot be accessed, the protected member cannot be accessed to subclass, sorry, the non subclass of other package. Okay, so this is something we need to understand. So as you can see, protected has the less access than the public, where public was accessible to its non subclass to other package also, but protected member will not be accessible to the non subclass to other package. Now coming to friendly. Friendly is by default. If we are not mentioning anything, it is treated as friendly. Friendly members are declared where they have been declared, they are accessible in that particular class. So we can see in the same class, whereas they are accessible to subclass also in the same package, as well as to any other class of the same package. So as you can see, all these three are dealing with the classes belong to the same package. But when it comes to a different package, whether it is a subclass or it's a non-subclass, it is not accessible. So for friendly, we can generally say that friendly members are accessible to that particular class and to any other class of that package, any other class of that package, whether it is subclass or non-subclass, but not to other package, not to other package. Okay, once or twice you will see this table thoroughly, you can easily interpret it. Now coming to private protected. Private protected has access to within the class where they have been declared, fine, and to its subclass in the same package, and to the subclass in the same package. Make sure that this class also belong to the same package, but it is a subclass. But when it comes to a non-subclass, have a look at this same package but other class which is a non-subclass. It is not accessible. Surprisingly, private protected members are only accessible to the class where they have been declared and to its subclass. Make sure subclass. If it is not a subclass but of same package, not accessible. But have a look at this, very interesting. When the class is a subclass, no matter with the if it is of other package, it is still accessible. This point to be noted. So for non subclass and to other package, obviously it is not accessible. For private protected in general, we can say they are accessible to the class where they have been declared and to any other subclass, whether they belong to the same package or to any other package, they are accessible. And for private, it is very much restricted, so only accessible to that particular class where they have been declared and to nowhere else, not even to its subclass of the same package or to the any non subclass of the same package or any subclass of other package, as well as non subclass of any other package. So it is only accessible within that class they have been declared. So once or twice you go deeply into this table, you will easily understand. Now with this, these are some facts which we need to remember after interpreting the table. Some simple rules for applying appropriate access modifiers. Use public if the field is to be visible everywhere. If you want any particular member to be visible everywhere in the program, it need to be declared as public. Use protected if the field is to be visible everywhere in the current package or the same package and to subclass in other package. If you want to have a member should be visible to that package where they have been declared and to any other package but has to be a subclass. Then you declared as protected. Now, use default or friendly means you do not use any access modifier will be treated as default if the field is to be visible in the current package or the same package. If you want any member to be available in that same package means to that class and to any other class of the same package need to be declared as default. Now, private protected if the field is to be visible only in the subclass regardless of package that we just discussed. Means you declare a member as private protected if you want that member should be visible to its subclass no matter whether that subclass belong to the same package or to any other package. Then we have to declare it as a private protected. And finally, use private if the field is not to be visible anywhere except it in its own class. So if you want any member to be accessible only within that class where it has been declared, need to be declared as private. So these are some rules which we need to remember while dealing with the access modifiers. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much.